Hey guys, on my Astartes video, someone requested that I react to Helsreach. Um, this is the original novel by Aaron Dembski-Bowden, who is, in my opinion, one of the better Warhammer novelists. And this is one of the legendary stories of the Black Templars. And I am a hardcore Black Templar fan. Brought along a few guys to watch with us. Emperor's Champion, Old Man Helbrecht himself, and one of my favorite chaplain models. The story of Helsreach is the story of Grimaldus, who is the new High Chaplain of the Black Templars. And Grimaldus is just a straight up and down badass. There's no two ways to describe him. There's a speech he gives at one point that will literally make the hair stand up on the back of your neck. So even though I've already seen Helsreach, it's been a while since I've seen it, so I decided I would go ahead and watch it again. What we're going to watch is a animated movie that's based on the novel that was made by a guy named Andy Boylan, and the animation is absolutely gorgeous. He switches back and forth between different forms, everything from pencil sketch animation to like full-blown CGI stuff, and it's all just wonderful. The voice acting is absolutely wonderful. I don't know who's doing the voice of Grimaldus, but he sounds exactly like the guy who plays Jorah Mormont, and it's just really good. So we've got about 30 minutes before I'm going to call it a night. So we'll do 30 minutes of this, and we'll come back and we'll do it again until we work our way through the whole thing. I'll be honest, I was in a car wreck today. So if I'm a little off, it's because the soreness is starting to set in. So bear with me, please. All right, so let's get this started. In the future, there is only war.
I will die on this world.
That pencil sketch animation.
I cannot tell where this conviction comes from. Whatever birthed it is a mystery to me, and yet the thought clings like a virus, blooming behind my eyes and taking deep root within my mind. It almost feels real enough to spread corruption to the rest of my body, like a true sickness. It will happen soon, within the coming nights of blood and fire. I will draw my last breath, and when my brothers return to the stars, my ashes will be scattered over the priceless earth of this accursed world.
Just
Armageddon.
Wonderful animation. Armageddon is a hell world.
Even the name twists my blood until burning oil beats through my veins. I feel anger now, hot and heavy, flowing through my heart and filtering into my limbs like boiling poison. My hands curl into fists. I am strong, born only to slay for the Emperor and the Imperium. I am pure, wearing the blackest of the black, trained to serve as a spiritual guide as well as a war leader. I am wrath incarnate, living only to kill until finally killed. I am a weapon in the eternal crusade to forge humanity's mastership of the stars.
The Templar have been on a 10,000-year-long
Its
crusade.
strength, purity, and wrath will not be enough. I will die on this world. I will die on Armageddon.
Armageddon has seen some of the worst fighting in the 10,000-year history of the Imperium. You name it, it's happened on Armageddon. Multiple orc invasions led by, the orc of orcs, Gazgul. A demonic invasion led by one of the fallen Primarchs, Angron. battle barge. The Eternal Crusader. I think this was the third war for Armageddon. And that's a scene straight out of the Codex. But I think it's supposed to be Ultramarines, but they've basically added the Maltese cross to the shoulder plates. If you don't know anything about 40k, if you don't know who and what the Space Marines are, they basically are warrior monks. The Black Templar, are very similar to the Knights Templar in that they are warrior monks. More so usually than most other Space Marine chapters.
In the holiest chamber of our ancient flagship, I lower myself to one knee and bow my head, because this is what is asked of me.
Grimaldus,
High Marshal Helbrecht intoned. His voice was a guttural rumble, rendered harsh from yelling orders and battle cries in 100 wars on 100 worlds.
we have summoned you to be judged.
I have answered the summons. I submit myself before your judgment, my liege.
Mordred is dead.
Helbrecht's voice was a deep murmur.
Slain by the archenemy. You, Grimaldus, have lost a master. We have all of us lost a brother.
Big old
It was
dreadnought.
the belief of Reclusiarch Mordred that upon his death, you would be worthiest of our brother chaplains to stand in his stead. His final decree was that you, of all your brethren, would be the one to rise to the rank of
Reclusiarch.
The figure inclined his head in greeting.
Arterion. We draw near to our destination. I took the liberty of readying the
That threw me
squad
for a
for
sec.
planetfall. This world will burn. It will not be the first, nor the last. Have you seen the projections? The fleet auguries, the number of vessels in the local systems already? I lost interest when the numbers became too high for me to count on my fingers.
Arterion snorted at his own weak jest.
We will fight and win, or fight and die. All that ever changes is the color of the sky we fight under, and the shade of the blood on our blades.
Chaplains
My
don't
brothers'
take their
names
helmets
are
off, or
Arterion,
very seldom.
Priamus, Cador, Nerovar, and Bastilan. These are the knights that have waged war beside me for decades. We are the Knights of Squad Grimaldus. Within his veins, Cador carries the blessed blood of Rogel Dawn with what seems like weary honor. He is older than I, older by far. His decades within the Sword Brethren are behind him now. Priamus is the rising sun to Cador's dusk. He is aware of his skills in the unsubtle and undignified way of many young warriors. A blade master, he calls himself. Yet he is not mistaken.
Pride goeth.
Arterion is... Arterion. My shadow, just as I am his. It is rare among our number for any knight to lay aside personal glory, yet Arterion is the one who carries my banner into battle. Nerovar is the newest among us. The squad required the presence of an apothecary. In the trials, only Nerovar impressed the rest of us with his quiet endurance. Bastilan is last. Castellan.
Beaky.
Always the best and least of us all. A leader, but not a commander. An inspiring presence, but not a strategist. Forever a sergeant, never fated to rise as a Castellan or marshal.
Drop pod insertion.
My brothers go through the same rituals of checking and rechecking. A curious sense of unease descends upon me.
That flak. Under the best of circumstances,
I have heard from Gerate and Lograine of the Sword Brethren that there is talk of the High Marshal nominating you to lead a crusade.
It is my belief, not merely the wish of your fallen master, that you should take the honor we offer you now. You have waged war at my side for 200 years, Grimaldus. Will you stand at my side as Reclusiarch of the Eternal Crusade?
Yes, my liege.
big old dreadnought.
I dub thee Reclusiarch of the Eternal Crusade, as a knight of the Inner Circle. Let that be the last blow you receive unanswered.
It will be so, my liege.
As it should be.
Space Marines are functionally immortal. They don't have a parent timeout, and they don't depreciate with age. Although sometimes they are depicted as physically appearing older. And unless they're almost always killed in battle. No Space Marine is ever just retired. They're called the Imperial Guard. I don't know what the Adeptus Militia is. One of my favorite things is that second War for Armageddon. Greenskins! They're orcs. They can't shoot straight. Well, they get lucky sometimes. But, yeah, one of my favorite things is a meme of Clint Eastwood in the uniform of a commissar. He just says, Astra, what? You're in the guard, son. Ooh. Yeah. Gaz cool. Yeah. Oh, what's his name? Daggone. Commissar Yarrick, yeah, those two hate each other with a passion the gods can only dream of. Sprawl out a little bit. Let y'all see my belly. I'm working on my COVID 19 pounds. The Aquila.
Are you Kurov?
I am.
We are the Emperor's Knights. We are the warriors of the Eternal Crusade and the sons of Rogel Dawn. I am Helbrecht, High Marshal of the Black Templars. With me is Bayard, Emperor's Champion, and Grimaldus, Reclusiarch. We come to offer you our blades, our service, and the lives of over 900 warriors in the defense of your world.
Kurov stood in silence. 900 Astartes. Entire star systems were conquered with a fraction of that.
I am glad to hear it. Welcome to Armageddon.
Most Space Marine chapters number at 1,000. But the Black Templars don't play by the rules. They have 6,000.
Will not survive the first week. The man speaking is ancient, and he looks every hour of his age. Both piety and hate echo in his every word. His name is Sebastian Yarrick. Even we Astartes must respect that name. What is coming in system now far exceeds what has laid waste to the planet before. The other hives must be reinforced 1,000 times over. Hades will burn.
At our best estimations, Battlefleet Armageddon, the orbital defenses, and the Astartes fleets remaining in the void will be able to deny the enemy landing for 9 days. These are our best estimates.
And the worst?
Space
4
Wolf.
days. Once the orbital war is lost, be it 4 days or 9, our fleets will break from the planet in a fighting withdrawal. From then on, Armageddon will be defenseless beyond what is already entrenched upon the surface. The Orcs will be free to land whatever and
Space
wherever
Marines
they
just
wish.
don't play well with other Space Marines.
Who will lead the Astartes vessels?
Given his seniority and the expertise of his chapter, High Marshal Helbrecht of the Black Templars will take overall command of the Astartes fleets. We are to remain in orbit.
We are the obvious choice to command the Astartes elements in the orbital battles.
I was wrong. I will not die in futility on this world. High Marshal, we can slaughter the Greenskin Tyrant before he even sets foot on the world below us.
I have already spoken with the other marshals, my brother. We must leave a contingent on the surface to defend one of the hive cities that yet remains ungarrisoned by Astartes.
That is not our duty, my liege.
And yet, a commander must remain.
Don't do this.
It is already done.
No!
This is not the time. The decision is made, Grimaldus. I know you as I knew Mordred. You will not refuse this honor.
I would burst the great enemy's black heart in my hand and cast his blasphemous flagship to the surface of Armageddon, wreathed in holy fire. Do not leave me here, Helbrecht. Do not deny me this glory.
You will not refuse this honor. Wait, brother.
Something else about the Black Templar is, unlike most other Space Marine chapters, they believe that the Emperor is a god, like most of the rest of the Imperium. Just another thing that sets them apart from most other chapters.
Blood of Dawn. Now that's a sight.
Hive cities. Hive cities are literally
Their
exactly what they
destination
sound like.
was called, with bleakness so typical of this world, Helsreach. We cannot be the only Astartes strength sent to this city. We will not be alone. The Guard is with us, and militia forces.
Humans?
The Legio Invigilata has landed to the east of the city. Titans, my brother. I don't see you sneering at that.
Reclusiarch? How can we defend all this?
With blade and bolter. With faith and fire.
There's a famous saying of Rogel Dorn, the founder of the Black Templars. You know, he could conquer a world with 1,000 Space Marines or 10,000 regular soldiers. That's a badass right there, boys and girls. That is a badass. And Thraka doesn't know he's supposed to die. Maybe that's not Thraka. I thought it was Thraka. I thought he got that claw on from Thraka. I'll have to look that up because I thought he got that claw arm from Thraka. Servitor. The Imperium does not use robots, and it absolutely is terrified of artificial intelligence. It's kind of like Doom that way. So they take either criminals, traitors, cowards, or sometimes cloned humans, and they turn them into cyborgs with very simple programming. It's one of the more gothic horror elements of Warhammer. Why exactly dude's got an arm coming out of his head? I ain't got no idea. Getting back to hives, imagine an entire city contained in one building with literally billions of people in it. And you've got an idea of what a hive is.
I am Grimaldus, Reclusiarch of the Helsreach Crusade. I am Colonel Saren of the 101st Steel Legion and overall commander of the Imperial Guard forces defending the Hive.
And like with most things, with a hive, people at the top are in the highest social setting, economic setting. People at the bottom are in the absolute worst.
Muted clicks could be heard every few seconds from the helms of the knights standing closest to him. Saren knew full well they were speaking with each other over a shared Vox channel. He didn't like it. Not at all. Who are these others? I would meet every commander of this hive, if they are present. They are present, sir. Reclusiarch. Not, sir. As you wish, Reclusiarch. This is Syria Tyro, Adjutant Quintus to General Kurov. Commissar Falkov of my command staff. This is Major Mordecai Reichen, Second Officer of the 101st and XO of the City Defense. Commander Corton Barasath of the Imperial 5082nd Naval Wing. A pleasure to serve with the Black Templars again. You have served with the Knights of Dawn before. I have personally, 9 years ago on Dathax, and the 5082s have on no fewer than 4 separate occasions. 16 of our fighters are marked with the Heraldic Cross, with permission given by Marshal Tarrason of the Dathax Crusade. I am honored, Araseth.
The most honorable Moderati Primus Valian Casimir of the Legio Invigilata, crewman of the blessed engine Storm Herald.
Moderati, you speak with the voice of your legion?
A full battle group. I am the voice of Princeps Majoris Zaha Mancion, and the rest of Invigilata is committed to other engagements.
Fortune favors us that you still remain. We have much to discuss.
He respects.
Indeed we do.
Everybody else has got to earn their
This way,
stripes.
if you please.
If you're wondering why everything is skulls, one, it's grimdark. Everything is dead and hopeless.
I am in command of a city. Preparations have been underway for months, but estimates pitch the great enemy arriving in system within a handful of days. The hours pass in a blur of statistical outlays, charts, hololithic projections, and graphs. The food supplies for the entire city. Ration projections, sustainable food ration planning, unsustainable food ration planning, with appended lists of estimated sacrificial casualties. Estimates of disease once the city is shelled and civilian casualties are too heavy to be dealt with efficiently. Types of disease, symptoms, severity, risk of contagion, compatibility with the Orc genus. Imperial Guard numbers. Throne what numbers? Regiments, their officers, their live fire training accuracy records, their citations, their shames, their moments of greatest glory and ignominy in a host of distant worlds. The Guard figures alone take 10 days to file through. And this, they say, is merely the overview. Coastal defenses, walls and turrets and anti-air towers, and trade requirements and union complaints, and petitions arguing over docking rights and warehouses appropriated as barracks for soldiers, and complaints from merchants and dock officers, and... And I endure this for 9 days. 9 days.
Somebody can catch a Crozius.
What is that? Throne of the God Emperor.
People of Hive Helsreach, do not be alarmed. The enemy fleet has translated in system. The might of Battlefleet Armageddon and the greatest Astartes fleet in Imperial history stands between our world and the foe's forces. Maintain your daily rites of faith. Trust in the God Emperor of mankind. That is all.
I think the Great Crusade would probably challenge
You.
this statement.
Hail the Black Templar flagship Eternal Crusader immediately.
My lord, I am coordinated...
Now,
Do
bitch.
it! Now!
Yes, my lord. A moment, please. The Eternal Crusader is making ready to engage the enemy fleet. I can send a message, but their two-way communications are in lockdown without the proper command codes. Do you have the codes, my lord?
I am being a fool. My fury is blinding me to my sworn duty. I have the codes, but this is not an emergency. Simply send the following message to their incoming logs with no need for a reply. Fight well, brothers. sent, Lord. My thanks. Forgive me a moment's cola. We have a war to plan.
Well, that's a good stopping point. I kind of want to keep going because I want to hear that speech, but we'll wait and we'll do it the next time. As I was saying, the reason they have the skulls and everything like that all over everywhere, the second reason is it's what the Romans called a memento mori, a reminder that life is short and it's on a fragile balance and that death is just waiting around every corner. And again, grimdark. I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll pick it up and do another 30 minutes or so, maybe tomorrow night. We'll see what happens. In the meantime, you guys have a good day. Take care of yourselves.
Until their dying nights.